Hi guys, so I keep seeing all of the sublimation tie-dye or shattered glass effect, so I figured I'd give that a try. I have a large v-neck cricket shirt, so I am going to lint roll the crap out of this so I don't have any of the blue flecks that it leaves after pressing. So I am printing out a red, white, and blue all over design to put on this. I'm gonna do the tie-dye effect first, and then I'm gonna put my image down. I'm gonna see how that works out. I don't want my image to ghost or anything, so I'm hoping that that works. So I am going to do both sides of the shirt along with the sleeves and everything else really well, in hopes, like I said, that I don't get the little blue flecks on everything. So this one, I'm printing out 2 of the images that I'm going to use for the stained glass effect. The design that I'm using was from Melissa Miller. She's got Just Subbing Around. I will put the link in there. I've used it for masks and stuff in the past. I just wanted the red, white, and blue design. So we're going to try this one and see how it works. I'm printing out 2, so I can do one for the front and one for the back. I'm going to press these at 385 for 60 seconds. I'm going to finish taking all of these off, and then I'm going to try to roll this to try to keep some of my middle is where I'm going to put my design, so I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to try to fold it and twist it. We'll see how it comes out. Okay, so I've never done this before, so what I'm going to do is just try to fold it in and leave it. So this part is where I want my image. So you can see here I folded it. So I have the front facing. This is where I'm going to just pull it up. I'm going to pull it all in the center, and then I think I'm just going to wrap it around and see if this works out. Like I said, I've never done these, so we'll see how it is. I've seen them scrunch. I've seen them wrapped around. So we're going to see. I think I'm going to scrunch it. So we will see. I want a lot of the design, so I think I'm just going to scrunch it up a little bit. Like I said, I've seen it where, you know, it's kind of like a shattered glass effect or whatever, but I'm just going to scrunch this one a little bit. We'll scrunch it in the front, and we'll scrunch it when we flip it and do the other side. My image is printing out, so I'm just, like I said, I just folded it, and I'm just scrunching it up a little bit to try to get a little bit of a design working in there, and we'll see how it works. Okay, I changed my mind. I put a piece of blowout underneath there, and I did just twirl it really quick. I'm going to take a piece of tape and just stick a piece of tape there to try to get it to stay. I'm going to put it where it's underneath so it shouldn't show. So I'm going to try to put this on there. I printed it out on 13 by 19 on my Epson ET15000, but I think what I'm going to do is just cut the sheet in half, because this is tiny, so I should be able to do the front half and the back half, and then when I have the second sheet that is printing out, I think I'm going to just use that if I need to do any spot corrections for the shattered glass or tie-dye effect. So that's still printing, and I'll show how it does. I'm going to give this a quick pre-press just to try to get this a little smaller. So I'm going to give it a little pre-press. Don't forget your blowout sheet on the top, so if you have anything on your heat plate, it doesn't show up on your shirt. So I just gave it a quick pre-press to try to just keep it kind of in that form a little bit. I have light pressure on there. My design is still printing, so we'll give it another second. Okay, so here's the design that printed. I think when I do it next time, I am going to pick a design that just has more darker colors and not the white and the glitter effect that's on here. But I think I'm going to just snip this in half and only use half of it right now, and use the other half for the back side or the any of the extra presses that I want to do. It's pretty small for my design, so I'm just going to tuck everything in there. I'm going to tape my image down, trying to keep most of my shirt inside of here. The tape that I'm using, I got it from Red Coat Designs. It came when I ordered a bunch of hoodies. They had blank boxes that were mystery boxes where you would get a bunch of random stuff. So I got masks and hoodies and stuff like that in there. And this was in there, and there was some lint rollers and stuff like that in there. It was pretty cool. So the tape seems to be working pretty well. We are going to give this a try. Fingers crossed it works. As I said, I'm doing 385 for 60 seconds, and we'll do one side at a time. Okay, guys, moment of truth. Let's see how it comes out. You can definitely see some of it in the blowout sheet. And I'm going to take the design off so you can see the lines from where it was. This is koala paper. I think it's 120 grain. So this is what it looks like on the front. You can see obviously where I want my design to be. And I think I'm going to do a little bit more scrunching, and I will do that once I'm done with it. You can see it, put some of it on the back, but I'm just going to scrunch this up to do the back side of it. So I'm going to pull it all in the center, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to lay my other half onto this, and I'm going to tape it down just like I did the other side, and we are going to see how this works out. Like I said, I have more printing out, so if I want to do any extras, I can. I could probably use the same sheet since there's so much of it left on there from where it didn't hit. But right now we're just going to do this. I mean, I don't want it to be too much color. I just want it to be a little noticeable. So we'll see how this works. So we're going to press this one the exact same, 385 for 60 seconds. I didn't pre-press this side. I'm just going to drop it down and see how it works. Okay, let's see how the back comes out. Obviously, blowout sheet. That is a must. I was getting butcher paper from Amazon, but I found it significantly cheaper on Lowe's, and I had it shipped to the store, so it came out. So here's what it looks like on the back. So you can see it on the sleeves, you can see it over here, and on the bottom. I think I'm going to add a little bit more and try to get some more design to cover. So you can still see that I have a whole bunch on here. So I'm just going to tear my sheet and just try to give it a little bit more color. It doesn't have to look uniform, obviously, because, well, it's supposed to be tie-dye or stained glass, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to tear off some of it that was on the lighter side and just try to get some more of the color on here. This is the other sheet. So we'll just pull some of this and drop it on there randomly and see how this covers. Put another piece of blowout sheet on it. And I'm going to drop this in for the 385 to 60 seconds. Okay, and I'm going to see how this comes out for the extras. Obviously, a bunch more came off on the blowout sheets. More of it covered. So obviously this is the back side, and I'm definitely liking how that came out. So I think that came out pretty good. My image is pretty big, so I think I'm going to drop my image on there and see if I want to add any more to it. I am going to put down my pressing pillow inside of this just to make sure that my image presses all the way through. And I'm gonna make sure I'm on very light pressure. I'm gonna use my blowout. So I have this kind of off of my press, so I'm hoping I don't want to hit this image again. I'm gonna give it a quick pre-press, and then I'm gonna drop my image down. So this is the image that I'm putting down. So quick pre-press done. I tear the edges on my images, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I need to put this down a little bit, and I'm just going to tape this really well. Make sure the pressing pillow is covering the entire design, because you definitely do not want to be too low or whatever, or people are going to be reading your chest all day. Tape this down. And I have more of the Milky Way red, white, and blue coming out. And if I want to add more, I think I'm going to add more on the sides. We'll see how that comes out. But I have my image taped down. So far I haven't noticed any kind of discoloring or anything like that with this tape, so that is definitely good. So I am going to press this with a 385 for 60 seconds. We'll see how it comes out. Okay, let's see how this comes out. Woo, that's on the blow out. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to pull this. And it looks like there might have been black flecks or something on my page that I didn't see, because I see them on the design. But this is what it looks like. So here's the front. I'm going to add more, so I'm just going to scrunch it and add some more, I think, onto the sides here, because it looks kind of plain, but all in all, it's not too bad. I would probably do thicker scrunching on the next time, but it seems to transfer pretty well. I definitely will continue to put my image on after, because I don't want any ghosting or anything while I'm mixing this up. If I do it before, obviously you risk putting the design across your image. I'm not really sure I want that. So I am going to fold this in again and flip these up to try to get some of the sides into the design. And we'll give that a try. Alright guys, that second sheet printed out, so I just cut it in half and I taped it down, so I still had my shirt on here. You saw how I scrunched it again to try to catch some of the other stuff. And we're just going to give this a try. Obviously it's tie-dye, so it's not supposed to be perfect, but I think I would try a different design next time. And I am going to do, I did something else in between, so I got to adjust my stuff. Okay. So we are going to give it a try. Okay, we're done. See how this one comes out. This one was just to add more color. We'll see how it goes. So my image is still fine in the center. It just added more color. So you can see here, I wanted more color here. It added more color up here. More on the side here. So that's pretty good. There's not a ton on the back, but I am perfectly okay with that. I think I will scrunch it a little different next time. But other than that, it looks okay. It looks like one of the images went over the little tequila shot there. But other than that, that's how to do it. I will probably do a couple more just to see different variations of how to do that. But this is that tie-dye stained glass effect. Hope that helps everybody.